So it's a great pleasure to say a few words to introduce a workshop being held at the University of Sussex over the next 2 days called Beyond Birth Weight. So why birth weight? Well, I suppose when you think about it, it's one of the two things that just about everybody wants to know about every single birth. One thing is, was it a boy or a girl? And the other, how much did it weigh? Why are we so obsessed by birth weight of all the other things that you could ask about a newborn baby? Even before you ask about whether the mum is doing well and whether it was a caesarean section and things like that. I suppose the answer does lie in history, because historically bigger babies tended to survive better. They were less likely to have to die in their early years and suffer from infection and so on. And so mothers and parents and midwives as a whole have always been very, very interested in birth weight. And population data showed that low birth weight was associated with a higher risk of certain diseases. This is in relation to people who were born in the UK in the early part of last century. Diseases, in particular cardiovascular disease and diabetes. But more recently we've begun to realise that there's also problems associated with high birth weight, which challenges the low birth weight risk idea. And so more and more we're beginning to wonder what processes actually regulate fetal growth, how they might lead to birth weight changes, and what the long-term impact might be. Not only in countries like the UK and other developed countries, but very much in the developing world too. So this conference is going to explore some of those ideas. It's going to ask whether birth weight really is a good measure of fetal growth, whether birth weight lies on the trajectory of risk to later disease. Is it a causal factor? And then what are the socio-economic and other factors that might alter birth weight, and what consequences might those have for society as well as for medicine? And in fact, very recently some papers have been published suggesting that we might adopt a universal standard for fetal growth and for birth weight across the entire globe. That raises some fascinating questions, which I think that the great brains here in the University of Sussex over the next couple of days are going to hope to address.